Can I have the volume up? Vinod, can I have the volume a little higher? Volume.
Basically the same thing, but 1,000 difference.
Hello, check, mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2, check, a little more. Hello, check, mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2, check. Okay, guys, come forward, no, so that people who come later can join us again. Come forward. I mean, not the chairs. I'm not that forward. Let the chairs be there. I mean, shift to the front rows. Vinod, a little more high, bro. Volume. Hello, check. A little down. Hello, check. Little down. Hello. Down. Hello, check. Mic check. 1, 2. Yeah, this is good. Hello, check. This one also. Vinod. This one. Hello, check. Check with Asim or somebody, which is this? Navneet, bro. This mic. Hello, check. Little more. High. Increase. It's coming. Hello, check. Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2, check. A little more high. Little bit. Hello, check. Mic check. You're good. Hello, check. Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2, check. Hello, check. Hello, check. Mic check. 1, 2, 1. Guys, am I audible? Clear, right? We'll start with the event. Right, we are already half an hour late. I know most of them were having a confusion. Will it rain? What will be the condition of Bangalore today? And all these things going around. But I'm still glad that you guys made up. Thank you so much for coming in. Well, okay guys, did you guys register there? Okay, somebody's lost their keys there. Whose RS200 was it? Vinod, reduce this a little bit, no? Little. Hello, check. Yeah, good. A little more. Enough. Whose RS200 is it? A white color RS200. Anybody's. Why are you feeling shy, bro? It's your keys.
Get me one.
Super coffee didn't start before that till you guys started with your coffees. Nice. Okay. Guys, before we start with the event, did you guys register? Everybody done, right? Thank you so much for making our lives much more easier. 6K team, I request you guys also to please fill up the chairs. Come forward so that I need something, you guys will be there.
I was actually about to call some other, I thought you people want to compare
Vinod, is the videos ready, photos ready, everything is done, right?
That's why it's not going.
Okay guys, how many of you guys are ready? I mean, who has come to sip a coffee before? First time? Do you have any? Give me a second. Yeah, so what was I asking? So, do you guys have any suggestions that you think we have to change or something? Start early, finish late. Next day you don't have office. Are you sure? 6 o'clock you want us to start and start early? We will talk during the break, okay? Why I wouldn't do that? Oh yeah, apart from the timing part. Fridays, see Saturdays I don't think it's possible because even the place will be crowded. And by the time all the customer leaves, we get our time. Thursdays are fine or Fridays? Okay, how many of them for Fridays? Raise your hands. Majority is for Fridays. Fridays are good?
Any day is fine. As long as it's aligned.
So basically you guys will have an off during your Saturdays, that is the reason, right? Okay, considered. Anything else? That I know. Apart from that, everything is good. Okay, any suggestions on whom do you want us to call next? Any more suggestions? Shumi is on the list. Most probably you will. Okay, Varun Painter is also on the list. Sagar Sheldekar. Okay, we are in talks. Next. Next. Now what does Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan and all, that is not affordable. Apart from that. One day bro, one day I will be sitting on the other chair. You guys are literally ultimate. Do a thing. Every day come to shopping with us. Give us a billing of 50k. Okay. We will call.
We'll sell our bikes and get your gas.
No, we just that section. That more than enough. That one gate.
Who? Rajni Krishnan, I think we are already on talks. Navneet would be knowing that better because he is an instructor at RACR there. So he is already on talks. Even most probably we will have him also. Any other names? Don't you think biking is really makes sense? If I bring in like Urfi Javed or something, I know how you guys are. Right?
It will be crowded here.
Exactly. And instead of putting the chairs there, you guys might end up putting the chairs here. Bro, you know right how she's going to end up designing the riding gears. Rather than the riding gears, we could see only armors.
Only
Yeah.
She will break this here.
I know that. There are two Punjabis. One guy is Chabru, one guy is Chabru. The guy who has a more face.
Okay, guys, a little how? Okay, just sit according to how you want to because everybody's heads are coming in between the cameras. Who? Mumbaikar Nikhil. Let him live his life. No, why do you want to torture him? Yeah.
No, that guy stopped writing last time.
I need Binoj here. Where is Binoj? Okay, you guys might have not met Binoj, but you guys might have seen Binoj. Can I have Binoj out here? Binoj, please come forward. Hey guys who haven't seen or met Binoj, so this is Binoj. He's onboarded with 60 IOM, our new staff, a new employee. He will be taking care of events here on. So, yes, Binoj, sit. The boys have few names that they want to bring in next. We got names like Urfi Javed, not Urfi Javed, what was that? Sagar Shandekar, Shumi. Then we had Varun Painter, then Rajni Krishnan, then Mumbaikar Nikhil.
All these are in the list.
John Abraham is in the list. Next. Who? Augie. Next. How about Papa sir? Good enough? I think, yeah, maybe. Okay, Sundeep Gajjar. See, they are demanding for Rajni Krishnan. I told, talk to Navneet. He's the man behind. Yup, I think we will start up with the event. Right? Call. Jitu, can you ask them to get ready? Okay guys, you all know who the speaker for the day is, right? Well, before that, thank you all for coming for today's Sip of Coffee session with XPHP's motographer. How many of you guys follow motography here? Quite a few. You guys know what type of content he does, right? A pretty sweet, decent content. Okay. From how long are you following him? How long are you following? 2 weeks back. I mean, after the poster coming out? No, right? At least give some credit, no, for the poster. The graphic designer also breaks his head there. So, which is your favorite motorcycle out of his you have seen? H2. Next.
The Pulsar 150 or 180 that he has.
The man, okay, now I can agree. Okay, we have a die-hard fan of him who's been following from years together.
Following him since 2020. I was always looking for the gear that he was wearing. My car is here. The kind of pants he wears, the helmets that he carries.
bags are too good.
Hey, one best part that you guys like about him in the entire vlog. What is the best thing that you guys like about?
The passion he has.
Okay, the passion. Next.
Any meetup, he starts from each and every lineup, from 150cc till the 1000cc.
Actually 2300. The rockets.
Okay. Next. Next. Okay, as your regular routine, let it be Salman Khan on the board or Shah Rukh, but how many of you people have come to see me out here for today's super conversation? Okay, that's something, as I always tell, it's something that always encourages me to, come back here every other week, sit down. Thanks to you all for coming in. Guys, put your hands together for today's speaker, motographer from XBHP. Guys, a big round of applause to the man himself, the legend who's traveled across 70 countries. Thank you so much for coming in. It's an honor having you. So, yep, sir, the chair is all yours. Please. Guys, sit down. Okay, so welcome on board to Sip a Coffee session with 6K IOM. I hope you have seen our previous sessions of Sip a Coffee with a lot more motorcycle enthusiasts. I hope you like them. Have you seen them?
First of all, good evening everyone, and thank you so much for coming today. I understand that this is equivalent to a cross-country road trip, just going 10 kilometers here, especially in the rush hour, and I really appreciate. So, to answer your question, yes, I have seen, and I am so glad and excited that I am in 6K IOM, because Isle of Man, as you might know, is the mecca for speed. The most craziest of people on motorcycles, they ride over there. People like Rossi and all, they are even afraid to ride over there, like Guy Martin, you might know. So for me, if something is named on the mega of speed, Isle of Man, it shows that the very foundation, the base, is so exciting, it's so solid. And when I actually came here for the first time, I saw the amount of things that were there in this store. It's unbelievable, at one place, very frankly. And all this gathering of the community, people, different kind of mindsets from all around India, is just icing on the cake. So, Sip a Coffee, this series, is just one of the things that either 6K has to offer. And thank you so much guys for coming here, and I hope that this can be a fruitful, nice little session, and I can also learn few things from you. And please start away. I think I'm just getting carried away.
Yeah, why not? If Karan Johar can sit and do Karan coffee with Karan, why can't we do? Guys, can I have the volume set little now? Yeah. Right. If Karan can do coffee with Karan, why not sip a coffee with bikers?
Yeah.
So, as the name says, it's Sip a Coffee. Very soon that will become so Coffee with Friends. So, as the name goes, Sip a Coffee. How many of you guys would like to have a sip of coffee? One guy's already started drinking there, but still. Guys, sir, would you like to have a coffee?
I already had too much caffeine, I will not be able to handle it.
Sure. Then I think, please, can we have the coffees, please? Yep. So, how does it feel? Okay, before we start with the session, we have a few of your videos we would like to play. Let's start with those.
No, let me ask them. So I have three. So guys, so my name is Sunny, also known as motographer. So motographer is my name that I've given myself. It's although it's a registered trademark, officially, but it means a lot to me. It defines me. It's motorcycle photographer. So I'm a Canon brand ambassador also. I love visual arts. I love photography. I love creating visual stories, something like that. So without showing you anything, it's just me being present in half. So I have 3 videos which I want to show you, 3 minutes each. So I think just to break the monotony, because most of the people are really, they have been listening to the horns outside. So let's listen to some music. So this video that you're going to see right now, this is a music video which depicts our 12,000 kilometers journey that I did from Sydney to Perth, which is the most isolated city in the world, and back to Sydney. So it was done on a Ninja H2 and in Aprilia, Tuno V4. So the song I have written, but unfortunately, it's not sung by me, as it's quite apparent once you listen to the song. So first, let's look at the song. Can you reduce the lights? Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Can we have the lights off?
And the sound.
Can we have the sounds on,
We can
please?
start from the beginning. Yeah.
Can we have the lights off? All the lights.
Else's life cycle. Oh, I love to crash down into the sunset. The kangaroo's world asking what's my mindset. Hell bent on making it an experience unlike no other. HP, and motographer rocking together. Shut a Benny on the roll too as well. We make a great team and nobody on it riding into hell. From Sydney to Perth, it is no joke. You understand what I'm saying? Yo, pulse the ninja H2 slicing through the tongue like butter. They ain't really a ton of V4 is no slouch either, brother. Come now, enough fooling around. Let me tell you a story that will turn hands round and round. A motographer. HP rocks with the pinnacles, desert winds, and the southern oceans call. Racing hearts through landscapes that enthrall. We blaze the trails, we own the night. With every rep, we take flight. The outback whisper secrets in the breeze. Our hearts race, feeling the ease. Through the rugged paths to the ghost towns and winding roads, we carry our dreams, heavy loads. The thrill of the journey, the bond we share. Every mile of memory rare. The adrenaline rush, the freedom's fire. We ride on powered by desire. From dawn to dusk, even after we're the 1600 kilometers, we never tired. Our spirits soar, climbing higher. The road ahead, an endless song. With every turn, we belong. The roar of four cylinders, the pulse of life, cutting through the air sharp as a knife. In this wasteland, Ninja H2 and to one of V4, find a place on two wheels. We embrace the chase. HP rocks. HP rocks. The camaraderie, the shared thrill. On this epic journey, we find our fill. From Perth city lights to the outback's grace, we ride with pride, we set the pace. The open road of the Nullarbor plains, our stage so grand. Together, we conquer this magnificent land. So here's our story, bold and true. Riding the dream with our crew. HP rocks. HP rocks. The journey's the reward and we are free. On this adventure we find our glee. 2,000 kilometers on the world's fastest motorcycles. Every ride a chapter in life's grand cycle.
So, round of applause. There is okay. One thing before we started, can we know who wrote that song?
I wrote that song and I wrote the bike as well along with Manan, who's also known as Shatavedi, who's not present here, but there were only two of us. So everything was filmed mostly by me. I love to film, I love to take videos as well. And yes.
Damn, a +1 for the song, for the music, guys. Right? Honestly speaking, what type of vibe I honestly got was, like, have you seen these Fast and Furious intros? It was something very similar. I mean, getting those international standards out here.
So I love editing as well, but unfortunately I don't have that much of time. So I can't get the exact storyline because I have to give it to someone else to edit. Some of you might already be doing video creation and editing. You know how much time it takes. But yes, these are the nitty-gritties of creating content, as we know it today.
So, do we have another video or something to be played?
We will play it after these guys get bored again. It's like, let's, keep that for later.
Done. So, before we start, how do you manage to ride all these machines in different countries? That one question is there, tingling in everybody's mind out here. Because here itself we see, we get a different registered motorcycle from a different state, it becomes a problem for us. How do you manage riding different machines all the way in different countries? How do you do that?
So I believe in one philosophy which has worked for me, is that if you imagine something quite a lot, something good, it happens. And the other thing is, let me get into it. I started a long time ago, right? You know how much time, but let me actually ask them. So, do you know what's my age right now?
44.
What? Who said that? Yeah, wrong. What's my age? One more guess.
36.
36? Yeah, I like that better. Yeah. Please. No, you are right. Yeah, you shouldn't have said that. Come on. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm 44 years old, and so people, how they get to know is that when I say I've been riding since 22 years. Of course, if you're riding since 22 years, even if you started when you were 18, okay, you're 42. They calculate like that. So the answer to a question is, I started in a day and age when there were no distractions. There were no peer pressure कि भाई उसका Instagram है, उसके पास इतनी अच्छी बाइक है. So I also need to make one Instagram page or YouTube channel. I need to get my aura up in the society. I was free of that. I was 21 years old. I got my first motorcycle, Bajaj Pulsar 180 Classic, 17 horsepower, which was one of the most powerful motorcycles, 4 strokes. In fact, the most powerful 4 stroke.
Back in those days.
Yeah. And big tank, definitely made, it was called. I was also graphic designer and a web designer. So I thought that why not make a website on my, motorcycle. पता नहीं राजीव बजाज जी ने क्यों bajajpulsar.com register नहीं करवाया होता. He did not register. I registered, okay fine, 400 rupees I gave and I registered. So it was the hottest bike. A lot of people used to Yahoo. There was no Google much. They used to land on my site. I said, man, hits are coming. Let me put a comment module. I put a comment module. I was getting 100 comments a day. In 2002, when there was dial-up internet, 2002, when there was no smart phone, nothing. So I said that here now it's time to get a forum. आज की डेट में 99% of the people might not know what a forum is. It's basically a more evolved version of social media as we know it today. वहाँ पे आपको जाके thread बनाना पड़ता है, people reply, and 10,000 things are there. So I made a forum. I partly coded it and partly just got it off the internet. And a lot of people started registering, ये वो सब चीजें हुआ. I'm just telling you the story very quickly. So then XBHP became the only place where you could find out things about motorcycles. It was the only place. There was no Instagram, no YouTube, nothing. Then a lot of people, what happened then, I thought that let's do an India ride. So we did this great Indian road trip karke. So first time we went around India for 13,000 kilometers. We took a Fireblade 1000 RR, officially imported from Japan. And we took a scooter along with it, like 3 scooters, 2 bikes. And we went around India, we met a lot of people. You know how many super bikes we saw? In 2006, in all of India, 5. Only 5-liter class bikes we saw in 2006. And one of them was an Gusta Brutale here in Bangalore. I clearly remember seeing that motorcycle here, and that was a big thing, seeing that Italian beauty. Then I thought that boss, मुझे इंडिया के बाहर जाना. I have to start riding out of India because India में there is no official motorcycles, nothing. I went to Australia. First time I went out of India was when I was 27 years old, and this is actually old. आज की डेट 27 years old, ठीक है. I went to get sponsorship. जैसे sponsorship होता ना, आज क्या बोलते हैं, collaboration, ठीक है. अब भाई उस जमाने में आप जा रहे हो, कुछ भी नहीं है आपके पास, एक वेबसाइट है, आप इंडियन हो, but I managed to get collaboration from which brand in Australia. You just guess. Hoisin, which have tried to come in India 3 times. Right? Kinetic, Garvare, and then TSK. But unfortunately failed each time. God knows why. They had a Suzuki SV650 engine, beautiful engine. So We rode around Australia for the first time, 2007, 22,000 kilometers we did, and it was amazing, you know. But so then I thought that I got everything in life. I have done Australia, kuch karna hi nahi hai life mein, everything settled. But you know, there is a saying, if you taste blood, then you will always want more. You know, I'm saying in a very sophisticated
If you
way.
want to have a live experience, watch Vampire Diaries. You'll
Yeah.
get to know better.
So then it did not stop. Then because there was no YouTube still. YouTube actually came in 2009 or 10, 11, something like that. I just was doing it for my own sake. I was happy. What people are doing now, I started doing in 2007. Then New Zealand, this, that. Now I'm sitting at 70 countries. Only one aim was there, to ride the world's best motorcycles and to do 100 countries. That was my only personal aim, and that was something that everyone should share, that discovering the world on motorcycles. So unless until you have that passion, you have that desire, you cannot achieve it. This is the answer. Like, anyone can do it here, but you need to know why you are earning, why you are slogging so hard, for what? Just for money? Because money is an enabler. It's not the end. And I believe I want to say one more dialogue here. Being wealthy is not about money. Being wealthy is about having money which you can use the way you want with the time. That is being wealthy. I'm sorry, I digressed.
No, I mean,
I-
the best part of this event, every sessions we get to hear a different, perspective of a speaker, and it makes so much of sense.
You know, I
think last session also when we had Triple Russian, he told what speeding is, how it is, how it can be dangerous, and at what risk you take it.
Speeding. I want to talk about speeding. Okay.
Yes, please.
So before I talk about speeding, I think I've spoken for 10 minutes. थोड़ा और बोलूँ, फिर दिखाएंगे video. Because the next video is about speed. It's basically a compilation of my top speeds around the world, which of course on the racetrack and autobahn only, not on public roads.
Okay, before we start with the speeding part, no, I just wanted a clear-cut brief to people out here, because this, as I asked you earlier also, how is motographer different from a YouTuber or a vlogger? Can you just clear it out?
So technically, I would say, because see, I don't want this to sound like a very degrading or a demeaning answer, because first of all, YouTuber is someone who earns money through YouTube, who create contents for YouTube. It is a fact. This is the definition of a YouTuber. I started when there was no YouTube. I started when there was no Instagram. So for me, the motivation was India's first automotive social media network, XBHP. I used to run after people who had big bikes to get their photo with my 1.3 megapixel camera, Sony ka, flip screen. Yeah. So that was my motivation. Ultimately, it was content creation only, but I did not know back then. It was automotive journalism, but I did not know back then. Today we have this magazine, so we are officially part of the Press Club of India. We are registered with RNI. Yeah. So I did not know all this would happen, and it happened because I was.
Maybe I can have a look, right?
Yeah.
Hey guys, share it across. It's not only for you.
So I am different because I think I'm just trying to do what I love, and the key is not to burn out yourself out. Pun was not intended, because sometimes I do burnouts, not on public roads. And also, I think you need to enjoy doing it, and not only do it for your audience. If you continuously keep creating content for your audience, one day you will feel, I'm growing old, my audience, because you will keep getting new audience. You will keep getting 15-year-olds. You will keep getting 20-year-olds, but you will turn 40. What will you do? So if you don't evolve, then I think you will.
The same thing, Bulu had told us the same thing, right? Bulu Baker had told us, like, yeah, while going he creates content, while coming back he turns everything off, he backs everything, he comes for himself. Something very similar.
So absolutely. So for me, YouTube is just one thing that, okay, I'm present on. In no way, not my income, nothing is actually influenced by YouTube. And most of my audience also is not from India. Most of my most successful videos they are not watched in India. They are always watched either in US or Europe or Australia on YouTube.
So let's start with the video.
No, we have to ask them because unless one of them drops like they faint with sleep on the floor, I'm not going to start.
So
Let me bore them a little bit more. Just ask me one more question.
Questions are a lot. You know, the night is young. You guys have any questions on this? You want to ask something?
Nothing. He knows.
Later on, I won't give. No, he already got. You're like shit. I already told his age. No, what's next?
I'm afraid now.
Any questions, guys? Swapnil, I think you had some question. Okay, remember you got a. I mean, we got a call on in the car. It was that person there.
So you got
Swapnil,
Daichi.
he picked up the Daichi, no. That it has a long story which I'll eventually tell you. Swapnil, you have a question?
Yeah, I had a question. Long awaited question. This is from 2020 when I messaged you on Instagram. It was on one of your posts and you have beautiful riding gear.
Yes.
Amazing riding gear, the kind of helmets that you wear and the jackets and the bag. Specifically asking what bag do you use while riding? Because I'm seeing that bag, I think you've been using for more than 4 years, 5 years, and you have those live
Sure.
movies. So
Yeah.
that bag is amazing. I would just want to know what bag that is.
Alright, so that is a .65 Sweden, the company name. It's called a Bobblebee. So it's basically also certified back protector for motorcycle and for skiing, for anything which involves speed. And I've been using that primarily because of it acts like a placebo, like psychologically you're wearing something which can hold your stuff. Essentially just a laptop because I don't want to carry too much stuff on my bag now. And it also acts like a armor. It's a Swedish company.
Brilliant, because I've been looking for it. I've been doing all the Google, search images. I couldn't find
Yeah,
it.
so 6K I will have it. Let's request for it.
Bro, you know who he came. Bro, I don't know what bag he uses, but I want the bag what he uses.
Yeah.
How will I give him what bag you use?
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful bag. It's a wonderful bag.
Now you got the name right. Contact Hussein. He's gonna help you out with that. Any other questions, guys? See, I don't know. After one start, automatically everybody will start.
So, hi sir, my name is Rajiv.
Hi.
So, as all YouTubers have the access to Motovilla, so as an audience, how do we get the access for Motovilla?
Okay, so Motovilla, not everyone knows, is a place that I have made. It's like a studio. It's like a man cave. So since I started motorcycling, when internet came, I used to see pictures of people having their super bikes in their bedroom, in their house, and Brent's garage. I mean, I don't want to. Sorry, I am comparing myself with him, but it's just like I wanted some place where I could park all my bikes and car inside. So that was the seed for this place. Now I have a lot of collectibles and everything. So that is what Motovilla is. In fact, you will see a photo over here. And to answer your question, it's not a public place like 60 Ion. It's not a public place. So obviously, we have to do maximum 10 people at a time. Although it can take many more. So if you come to Delhi, you're from Bangalore, right? If you come to Delhi, just drop me a message that and even if I'm not there, somebody will show you around. So I should know someone personally because sometimes unfortunately some things have gotten missing also. Like I was telling you, because there was thousands of things over there. So it's a very difficult question to answer, but I understand what you're saying. But we do have meetups with 10 people each.
And when we are expecting a Bangalore meetup with all your lineup?
So I think February, March, maybe, yeah.
I give them the questions, no? This entire script will go for a toss. So, but yeah, so let's continue with the session. Okay, so coming back to XPHP. What does XPHP actually mean and what is the goal when you started it, especially when automotive culture was very small back in those days?
So XPHP is basically X amount of brake horsepower, and it means that it's 0 for a cycle. It could be 280 or 250 for a Ninja H2. So essentially the philosophy is that anyone can join XPHP, like a cyclist also, and a guy who's owning a 100cc bike also or a 1000cc bike also. That was the philosophy of uniting without any demarcations or these kind of things. And of course, it became a community from an online forum. Then we also had a magazine, print magazine. And the story, half the story you already know. Yeah.
No, but still, they are here to listen in, right?
Yeah. So, and of course, many people have been touched by XHP. I still get to know that some friends they have made through an offline meet. For a lot of people, XHP is different. Some people pick up XHP magazine from the airport, but they don't know about XHP. And then they sometimes email me, I picked up your magazine from the airport, so can you tell me a little bit more, what, etc. Then I say that it's a community. So some people, it's only a community, it's not a magazine. For some people came on the forums, on the website. Some people are, just on the social media. And some people are awaiting, like he's saying, for meets. So XHP is different, things for different people.
Yeah, I think Sambhav, you had a question, right? Somebody was there. Okay. So, back in those days, when you got this idea, okay, you'll start up a forum. I mean, what struck your mind? Okay, did you even think you will become successful, or will it be in this level after at least 10 years?
No,
or did you have any hopes on it?
I don't know what is the meaning of success. I'll be very frank. I think success is, again, like I'll be philosophical. I think when you are happy doing what you are doing, that is what success is. I don't see owning big bikes or owning a certain amount of money or being even on this stage or anything as success. It is very fleeting, it's very temporary. Happiness should be permanent. I mean, see, all these things, you realize once you cross 40.
Yeah, I'll have to wait for my 40s. Okay, we have another
Don't
question.
wait too much. I mean,
I might lose time.
She kind of felt shy, I think.
I think you only get to
Yeah, so the question she had was that how was your experience riding abroad and riding in India and riding in different continents?
So I think India gives you a very good perspective in panic breaking, in being aware of the environment, in having peripheral vision. And if you can ride in India, this is not a joke, this is not sarcasm. I think you are prepared to basically ride anywhere in the world. This is the truth, and I feel it again and again because, for example, when I did those 12,000 kilometers in Australia, I was not worried about any person, or I was not worried about anyone crossing the road like that. I was only worried about one thing: after dusk, kangaroos crossing, and that's it. So, major difference between India and abroad is that you get this peace of mind. For example, if you have to go right now to your house, you will first have to prepare yourself mentally for the traffic. Then you have to prepare for the bombardment of your senses with horns, with aggression on the road.
Yeah, I mean, we actually face that today itself.
Yeah, so a lot of things which are there part and parcel in India, which people don't realize are actually reducing the pleasure of actually riding. So I said something today that riding is supposed to basically be a stress buster. But what you're doing is when you're riding here in India, you're getting stressed and at the same time you're using motorcycling as a stress buster. So it's the yin and yang, both are working at the same time. So it's the greatest equalizer to ride in India.
That is the actual reason, see, for example, Swapnil rides a monster, a Ducati monster, and I don't think daytimes you get out early in the mornings, right? That is only option. Either this and night.
See, this is the I just rode in Kosovo, Albania, Macedonia, those countries. It was so good, it's like even though they are one of the least developed countries in Europe, it was so good, like people were not crossing from anywhere. And this kind of stuff, even if you get 16-lane highways here, it will not change, unfortunately.
No, I mean, obviously, here you don't need red lights, right? I mean, you can literally show your hand and walk across the streets.
And the problem is that if a foreigner says this on a forum, like on a reel, some place, we feel offended. Most of the Indians will feel offended, but they know this is the truth.
Actually, yeah, I mean, in Dubai and all, you randomly can't walk in. I mean, you have to cross the road only on the zebra crossing. If not, if a cop notices that, he puts an immediate fine, on-spot fine, which you have to pay. Because I have experienced that there. Wherein you seriously, you can't randomly walk in somewhere.
That's jaywalking. So basically in Germany you have autobahns. Right? Autobahns are actually not good roads. Because they were made many years ago. If you compare with them to roads in Croatia, other Eastern European countries, they're actually not good roads. But still, many parts of autobahn, they don't have speed limits. And talking about that, I want to break monotony here. Okay, I want to show one video. Before that, I want to talk about iron butt.
How many of you guys know what iron butt is? Okay, we have a couple of senior riders out there who actually know about iron butt. I think you can brief them about iron butt. And before that, I have a question. What does it take to complete iron butt? Because it is not something that any Tom, Dick and Harry can do. You need a lot of willpower in that,
See, actually this anyone can do. I'll tell you, this anyone can do. But the thing is, it was not invented for India. It was not created for India. It was created in US, where you have big roads, you have a certain way of riding, and it has been imported into other countries, which I think it's not right. In India, there were a lot of deaths in attempting iron butt because of the fatigue caused by just evading the traffic.
Okay, I think you can give a small brief about what iron butt is. Most of them don't know.
So iron butt is basically, it's a certification, it's a body.
Sayuj, one second. I want you to come forward for this because this iron butt thing was literally explained to me by this man out here. Yeah, please continue. What iron butt is?
So first of all, iron butt is something which is not supposed to be done in India, but you should know because many of you might be going abroad. Please try this abroad if you want, not here. And it's a certification in which you have to do, to start with iron butt saddle sole. 1000. 1000 is 1000 miles, which is 1601 kilometers. You have to do it in 24 hours, which actually is quite easy. Considering today, even if you take a, let's say, RC390 or a Dominar, it's not difficult. What is difficult is keeping in speed limits, number one. On most Indian highways, the speed limit is not even 100 legally. Secondly, you are risking yourself because no matter what you do, 1600 kilometers you will run into 18, 19, 20 hours. Unless until you are riding like a maniac, like literally a maniac, putting your life and other people's life at risk. Third thing is there are other certifications also, not only saddle sole 1000. There is burn burner. There are things like in which you do 1600 kilometers every day for 31 days continuously. Can you imagine? So this is,
people out here, I literally see the faces.
No.
Going to office is a pain. What are you talking about?
And the bikes that they do it, Harley Davidson Electra Glide. Bikes like that.
We have one die-hard fan from Harley.
Yeah, no, I'm saying. So it's like mind over matter or whatever, luck over bad luck, But what I want to show you right now is, basically I have done 4 iron butts. None of them in India. I don't support anything like this in India. I do show it because I believe that majority of our youngsters population will be going out of India and are going. Then what I was when I was their age. So it is important to know. This iron butt I did in 2022. This was on the M1000 RR in Germany. You choose one route, round route. You can't repeat the roads. You have to fill petrol, get a receipt, fill in the log, submit it to an authority. They will verify and then they will give you the certificate. I did not do it for the certificate. You know why I do it? I do it to check my fitness. I did one this trip also, this year also, on the Ninja H2. Manan also did it with me. So that was the fastest iron butt I did. But I will talk about this because there was no speed limit here. So imagine this bike here, just to give an overview, this is a 212 horsepower motorcycle.
Okay, before that, Sayuj, you have anything to tell about iron butt? Because our man here actually missed the iron butt with few kilometers, I think.
Missed? Please. You were doing it in India?
Yeah, I was doing it in India.
Which bike and what was the route?
Harley Davidson Fatboy. I did Gujarat to Bangalore one shot.
Okay.
I missed it by around 300 kilometers. So I did around 250, I would say.
Okay.
I did 1350.
Okay.
I could have still gone, but we had stuff to do the next day, so we had to drop off. But in India, the new rule is you have to do more than 20 hours. You cannot do less than 20 hours. If you do less than 20 hours, you are disqualified. Yeah, my friend just did last month on the Fatboy.
Okay.
And now they have developed a little more. They have an app where you have to upload all the details.
Yeah.
And the app tracks your location.
Yeah. So what was the most difficult part of your iron bud?
I mean, I didn't do it, but still the
Yeah, but the attempt.
1350. Mostly it's the heat because crossing, one of the hottest parts of the country. And next thing is traffic. If you end up in traffic, you are.
Okay.
And we did some bits of rain as well, so that slows you down.
Alright, good. So I mean, I would suggest that don't attempt this in India. Like seriously, it's like too dangerous. Once you do it outside, you'll realize how easy and difficult it is. Difficult because you start falling asleep. Sir.
You said not repeating the road. You said not repeating the road. Some people have gone to Pune and come back, trying to qualify for that, and I think they have got qualified. I just want to know not repeating the road.
There have been a lot of disqualifications from India because since I've done 4 iron buds, so I had a long chat with the moderators. They said that actually Manan was also disqualified.
Okay.
The first time if you do iron bud, there are many more rules. So if you have 2 iron buds, for example, already, they know that you're not doing it for the certificate. Like I was not doing it for the certificate. They know it's my passion. That just didn't want to hang the certificate to show it around on social media. But a lot of people, sir, they are like they were doing fake entries to get. And India now is unfortunately in that bad reputation list for them. And that is why one of the main reasons why they won't accept under 20 hours. But let's see that video. This is a 3 minutes video of my. So I did 1600 kilometers in 12 and a half. 13 hours saddle time, and majority of the time I was spending filling in fuel. Every 105 kilometers fuel tank was dry because of the speeds. Can we have the lights
Can
on?
we have the lights off, please? And
Just push the.
Benoit, can we have the video? Then we have the lights on, please. Guys, a big round of applause and congratulations on having your 4 iron butts. Certifications, it's something that inspires all of us.
Well, see, this sort of inspiration can go very wrong. And you see that how fast those cars were. Like, you know, even when I was 250 kilometers an hour, the cars, like, I was not overtaking them as if they were not going in a blur. They were going slowly. Yeah. So cars were actually, most of the cars were doing 200, 210. Constant. Here in India, if you do that, your tires are going to get burst because no car is expecting to do this. Even, you know, that is what happened on the first expressway, Yamuna Expressway, you know, in northern India, from Delhi to Lucknow, 800 kilometers. Nobody was expecting 0 red lights. All the cars or taxi walas, they didn't change their tires, right? Because they have to get maximum amount of money in one tire, right? The tire used to keep bursting, people used to keep crashing. And tires were the culprit. Yeah, of course, Paul Walker, you know Paul Walker, right? He died because of an old tire. So that is how important good tires are. We are digressing again. So this was about speed, this was about iron butt, and every 2 years, I would like to keep doing.
What do you think? As since you told tires, what do you think is a regular interval? When do you think we have to actually replace our tires? Let it be motorcycles or cars.
So even if you keep your shoes here for a long time in your store, you don't sell the shoes. For example, like, you know, just lying around. If you sell them, like, let's say after 3 years of just lying around, there is a life of the soles.
Yeah, but that comes, see, shoes I can agree because they come with a leather and every leather has a shelf life. But compared to tires, they are made of
I'm talking
rubber.
about the sole.
Okay.
Yeah, so because I personally, I was in Iceland, I won't name the brand, okay, it was an international brand.
I mean, see, as I always
soles
say in
came
every
off.
shows, this is a very blunt show. If you want to name the brand, you can.
It can happen with any, it's like basically physics. It's not about the brand because your old shoes, the soles came off. And I was in the middle of nowhere in Iceland. Now I bought canvas shoes from some place and I had to ride. So there are a lot of things that can go wrong when you are on a motorcycle. With your riding, with you and with the bike.
So what do you think? Which is a regular interval to change, get our tires changed? Should we wait till the tires wear out?
No, not necessarily, because if you could just go by the tire treads, you know, like the depth, it's not the correct indicator. You know, I'm pretty sure because I'm taking Paul Walker's name because, you know, I'm pretty sure he did not have worn-out tires when he went in his, which car was it? Sorry?
It's a Carrera GT.
I mean, it was just because the rubber was too old and there was no friction or grip or whatever, it burst. Yeah. So you don't first of all, don't check the manufacturing date on the tire before you buy. It depends on what motorcycle you're buying it for also. You know, if high horsepower, high torque motorcycle, obviously you need better tires. Considering even if you're buying better tires, you have to check the manufacturing date, especially in India, where such tires are not available free.
Then how do you think, you know, what tires are we getting in?
See, I cannot comment. A lot of tires like Redestein, they are made, like Rise is making here now in India. So now we are like much more independent, self-sustaining, you know, kind of economy as far as motorcycling products are concerned.
Any questions on that?
Sir, hi. I'm still new to the sports bike segment. So most of my friends always share about the older bikes like the 2006 5 blade and all. So I really like the aesthetics of all those. Some of them are for sale for the, like the 2000s where there are no electronic aids on the sports bikes. Is it suggested to take those bikes or you always suggest to go for a new one?
Oh, see, I have grown in that era.
Okay.
You know, my first bike was the Blackbird, Honda Blackbird 1100, which was the world's fastest bike unless the Hayabusa came. Then Fireblade 1000 RR 2005, I imported from Japan. So I was the first person to go around India on that. I don't have a certificate for that, but I did that in 2006. And that was my favorite motorcycle because under-seat exhaust, number one, how it looked, it was a Honda. And until my Hayabusa, my first Hayabusa, like 2000 12, 13, it did not have ABS also.
Yeah.
No, 2013 one had ABS. Before that, there was no ABS. It was called a Widowmaker, right?
Yeah.
Now the third generation Hayabusa has got traction control.
Yeah.
The second gen didn't even have that. So if you want to learn motorcycling, proper motorcycling, of course you have to learn on those kind of motorcycles. If you start learning or you start getting adapted to ABS saving your life, and you know that there is something working for you, traction control and 10,000 other things, one day, might come that something fails and you don't know how to handle it. That's why motocross riders, that's why Rossi is of the world, Rossi, he's got his own personal ranch and they practice motocross. Because motocross teaches you raw riding. Motocross teaches you high side, low side, whatever, stuff like that. But personally, I am afraid of motocross because I am not skilled enough. I've seen too many people break their back. And motocross is altogether a different game. Like he does off-roading, I was telling this to him. So you can go for that bike, but it will not be legal, most probably. It will not be legal. So if you want to go on the track, anyway, on the track, it is not recommended to have ABS.
No, it has all the proper documents, but I'm just asking, like, is it okay to take a old bike?
See, you have to know your skill. I don't think ABS can be a lifesaver on the road while touring and all, but I don't think it can decide it cannot be decision maker. People talk about, oh, this bike does not have dual channel ABS, this and that. Okay, fine, that is fine. If you talk about 400cc, because you want all the bells and whistles. But if you want the raw experience, I raced only once competitively. I don't race. All these people are too fast now. On a Benelli 899 TNT. Benelli 899 TNT is no slipper clutch also. So if you leave the clutch, it feels like somebody's pressed brakes. Forget about ABS, forget about traction control. In JK Tire Championship in BIC, I raced that. 120 horsepower, I really enjoyed it. You know how to clutch, when to declutch, when to shift gears, with all that. Yeah, you will be a better rider. And then you can go and buy anything you want.
Since we are already on the topic of the tires as well, do you have any recommendations like how to maintain your tires? Because people do get the latest manufacturing tires as well, but there is a certain thing that you have to maintain your tires in a particular way, such that there are no cracks. You use a particular kind of tire trusses.
Okay, so see, I'll tell you one thing. Okay, I have a different skill set. There are a lot of people who are making reels, making content on technical aspects of motorcycling. I'll be very frank. So, if you want to ask me, you can ask me much broader and relevant questions too. I can answer this, no problem. But you understand, you can ask me about riding the world, you can ask me about many other things. If we go into technicalities, then there is no end to it. That is a I think, main thing.
Hi, this is Umesh. I have a small question. Like, as you told me, you started your biking career or your riding or your social media at the age of 22. So, were you supported from your family side and all? Obviously.
So, I'll tell you something that, anything that you need to do, which is different, for example, I don't think content creation in today's age is different, right? I just have an Instagram page, you can say. But back then, I was making websites. I was creating websites. I was getting paid for it. I was getting paid 25,000 rupees for a 7-page website. And I just made one more website on my bike. So it was camouflaged, And I always got good managers in companies. I was in Jetpack, G Capital, NIIT, and all these companies, that they understood what I am up to. I didn't know what I was up to, and they always supported me. They said, "You finish your work, and then you work on XPH. We don't have any problem." So it was like that. So support is not approved. You have to fight for it. If you are different, born different, you can do different, you will know it. I don't want to say this, but just bluntly, to hell with what other people think. It's your life. As long as you don't bring down anyone else, you don't take anyone else's money and make a fool out of them, that's fine. Certain things are wrong. There is no black and white. Drugs, alcohol, money laundering, taking someone's money, not delivering. Certain things are wrong. And speeding on roads. I mean, beyond a point. Of course, everyone likes speeding, going through traffic. But doing like crazy, recording it, and showing it. Oh, I can do this, do that. You are just testing your luck. And other people are just watching you dance like a monkey. They want to see people dance like a monkey. You don't have to become the monkey, right? You have to become the king of the forest. That's what. So I want to show one small presentation here.
Can I have Vinod?
Okay guys, that doesn't mean you guys go to your managers tomorrow and start fighting with them. Make sure you guys don't get fired.
No, free time and
yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just sarcasm for these guys. When will your purchase become camouflage? When will your purchase become camouflage like this?
Not a video, a presentation.
Can we have the presentation? Can we have the lights off, please?
So presentation, like a boring presentation, like these are the goals for this quarter.
When it comes to motorcycling, there's something, that if not these people wouldn't have.
These are the sales goals for this quarter, for everyone, for 60 IOM here. These many gloves, these many, no, not like that. just full screen please. Full screen. I think F11 maybe. F11. Yeah. So we'll work like that. So what is the first formula for? This is like, I'm going to come to you. This is related to you only. All the photos are clicked by me, by the way. Okay. So this is in Maharashtra. This equation is what I learned in class 11th, physics. You know what this represents? The hint is there in the photo. Just take a guess.
Anybody from the commerce department? No. That is the reason you're all blind.
Account department. Physics.
Science department.
Just
science.
Take a guess.
Science people won't even lift their hands because you guys don't know what it is.
Take a guess.
Traction.
Huh?
Traction.
No.
Traction control.
Okay, so this is, you won't believe, this is a formula for pressure inside a raindrop. Okay, and tell me one thing, I learned this in class 11th. What is the use? Is there any use? Unless until you are going into applied sciences or something like that, 99.999% people are not going to use it. Okay. I have a point I have to make. Next slide. Can you scroll up please? Okay, what is this? I mean, I don't expect you to know obviously, but still. But you were close. You were close. Sir, you were close. You were saying something. Little bit more. Just think. Volume. The hint is in the photo. This is the velocity at which the bike will aquaplane. You know what is aquaplaning? Aquaplaning is no friction. Gone. Right? So this is the formula for that. I tell you one thing, when you hit a patch of water, are you thinking of this formula? You're not thinking of this formula. So, so many people I see talking about technicalities today, but they don't understand that most of the things, like you can understand your body, something is paining. You can understand your bike also. By riding it, what is wrong, hearing, listening to it. And that is the main thing which you will find, you will learn when you get that fire blade which has which is very raw. So my point is that I have never been a technical person. I don't like technicalities because I fail to see where to apply them. And that is the reason why in today's world, the education system has changed a lot. People have to be ready for real life. In motorcycling, technical stuff is not going to help. Tell me, you know everything about motorcycles. You know everything about tires, whatever, XYZ, engine, stroke, bore, air, piston. What will you do if a bike breaks down in middle of year, which is Northern Territory, Australia or anywhere? You can't do nothing. You're not carrying the tools, even if you know. You don't have the spare parts. yes, it is good for dinner table talk, it's good for bragging, but I feel personally that getting experiences is more than just getting knowledge. Applying even little bit of experience. The day you start to learn how to ride a motorcycle, if you start exploring the world, I think you will end up richer than most people out there who know everything about a bike inside and out, but they have not ridden at all compared to you. So next slide. Now I will show you a few of the places that I've been to. I think you will be interested in that. Iceland was one of my favorite places. In case you guys are thinking of saving up money or going to a destination, try and go to Iceland. Bike does not matter. There are a lot of motocross motorcycles over there. Very small motorcycles, 250 cc's. You can just enjoy and go, and you will find. So in the left photo, I'm standing on magma, which is frozen lava. And just 3 months after this, it erupted. You know, when I'm standing, you heard it in the news, like Iceland. It's amazing place to be. This is one of my most amazing rides so far. Next, please. Next is Japan. Japan is much closer. It's actually quite cheap. People don't realize Japan is so cheap to go. Their visa is only, I think, 500 rupees. You know, they have
Indian rupees.
Yeah. It's very cheap. No, I'm just giving an example. You know, like taxi is very expensive over there. Like I think 20,000 rupees from the airport till Tokyo, although it's like 50 kilometers. It's like, but Japan, this photo that you see, there's a volcano erupting over there. When I was there. This is the world's busiest crossing, Shibuya.
I think this is that place where you see in Tokyo Drift, right? The place where he drift.
Yeah, so this is me in the middle. And this is of course one of the many colors.
You should have also drifted, no bro, there.
Yeah, walking maybe here. Please. This is on our own made in India motorcycle, Georgia.
1 second, which bike was that which you used in
That was multi-starter, okay. Ducati. This is our own Apache made in India. And this place here is just 10 kilometers from Russia, in Georgia. And this is Europe's highest inhabited village. So see, all these stories, they won't matter. I can tell you so many things, unless until you go. And I'm telling you, if you do your things properly, there are so many people who are going out of India now. Our India is also very beautiful. I'll show you a photo from there. I started from India, of course.
And these pictures, you know, Nikki, have you seen these old fairy tales where you see such type of sceneries in TVs? You know, they resemble a lot like those.
Yeah, absolutely.
Castles and stuff. Is that a castle behind?
That's a church.
Okay.
It's a Trinity church. It's just 10 kilometers from Russia, border of Russia and Georgia. So the thing is, motorcycling's intended purpose is to discover the world and enjoy. That is what we have forgotten. Because of content and all these things, we just completely forgotten. You know. So next.
Bro, one question before this. Like how, I mean, when you travel across, the people in such a place, see that place looks like a very remote place. I think they might have not even seen an RR310 there.
8 months is closed.
Yeah. So how accept you coming into their place? How do they greet you? I mean, how is the response there?
So basically, so far, I mean, see, if you are kind to people, they will be kind. And mostly people are kind when you see on a motorcycle. They're not so welcoming, warm. I won't say welcoming, but they're not so warm if you're in a car. They will be always very welcoming if you're on a motorcycle, regardless of language, regardless of culture. This is the best part of being on a motorcycle. And on a motorcycle, you can also filter through traffic, because abroad, there are a lot of traffic jams. You can't even filter in a car, not like India. You can park anywhere you want. There are so many advantages of being on a motorcycle. This here is in the center of Australia. This plane, it's not edited. This is not AI. This guy came back for us, did a pass for a photo and a video. He was also going around Australia solo in that 2-seater plane. And in that other seat, there was fuel tank, supplementary fuel tank. Because the range of this plane is only 150 kilometers. And imagine if you run out of fuel, what will you do? But this is a seaplane. You can land in sea also. So these kind of adventures, you know, people we used to meet on our rides. And this actually is a runway behind our hotel. Next please. This is Death Valley in US, and I'm here. The drone is tracking me. I'm flying the drone.
Okay, what are you on?
Oh, this is a very interesting. I don't know if it's there or not in the next slide. This is a trike, Polaris slingshot, and I got the worst sunburn of my life because you don't have a roof. Of course, I was not wearing a riding gear because you're not required to wear a riding gear, and there was no place to hide. No place for hundreds of kilometers, and my whole hand got burnt because I went in summers. It was around 48, 49 degrees. That was another learning experience. So, next please.
Can we have the next slide?
Let's go somewhere little cooler. I think we fainted due to heat.
You went a little too much.
Oh my god. I think we pressed page down or something. One more. This is North Cape, northernmost point of Europe, in Norway. A beautiful place, of course. And look, almost no one, in fact. So this is something I like. I love about places like these. You know, just to yourself.
Which is that motorcycle?
V-Strom 1000.
Okay. I think that's not in India, no?
No. India doesn't have 95% of motorcycles. Next.
Can we have the next slide? Binoj, can we have the next slide, please?
This is, so if you're going somewhere, anywhere, I suggest that you learn little bit of photography. How to shoot yourself. This is something which has given me, this is a gift that keeps on giving. This is a selfie that I clicked. A selfie means like not your this selfie, but I have a remote in my hand. And this is clicked by a phone. It's not a big camera. So you just have to know where to place, how to place, and you can get good results. And of course that one is the world's most powerful street naked, N1000R, 210 horsepower. And this was just 2 months ago. Please.
Okay, that's a Dainese what you're wearing, right? Okay, is that the bag which you were talking about? Can we have the same slide again? For guys who didn't see the bag. Okay, that's the backpack. Is that the one? Sure.
Are you carrying that bag? Maybe you can just show.
No.
Come on, bro.
Next please.
Next slide, please. Okay.
So I do little bit of track riding. The guys are too fast, so I did not get into competitive. But I think track riding is good to teach you good skills, braking and stuff like that. But of course, if you get too much into track, then I've seen that track people cannot ride on the road because they're afraid. They just want freedom, independence, freedom. So this is in Sepang. So I was riding the new Panigale. Amazing motorcycle. Next please. So I have so many photos and experiences, I didn't know what to choose. I just chose them randomly. This is a hill of crosses. This is in Lithuania. You will find so many different kind of things, as you travel. It's absolutely lovely. Next please.
I mean, do they sell those crosses or do they make crosses? What is it?
You just go and place one cross. So there are over 300,000 crosses. It's a pilgrimage place. This is our own Spiti. I did this in 2010 on the Multistrada. And of course, you can't compare the beauty that we have over here. It's like amazing. But the process of going there, it is very hard. It's like traffic and everything. But once you get there, so beautiful.
How many times have you done Spiti?
How many times?
Yeah.
I've done 3 times.
Okay.
Yeah.
And compared to our mountains, Indian mountains and those international mountains, which is better?
Indian.
Definitely. Any particular reason?
See the beauty, they are highest mountains, most rugged. There is no comparison. Even mountains in Pakistan are more beautiful, that side. China side is also more beautiful. But of course we can't go over. But this is amazing. See the formations. In Australia, they only have hills. You know, they don't have mountains. Next. So this is the motovilla that, you know, he was talking about. I mean, only
Okay,
few
how many
pictures.
of you guys know what motovilla is? Okay, quite a few. So basically, a small intro on motovilla would.
So this is just a place, physical place like fixed area. 3 floors, all the bikes are parked inside and all the collectibles, you know, you can see life-size Batman, this, that, etc., whatever. And here, you know, there are 2000 Hot Wheel cars. Of course, I can't show you everything, you know, in one slide. But in case you're coming to Delhi, you know, you can message us and, you know, we can see if we can do something about it. You can come over. Next, please. Oh, this is the last one. This is the last one. So the final presentation has finally ended. And
What is motovilla all about? I mean, what's the whole agenda inside the place? What do you do? Do you live there, or is it only for meetups?
No, it is a canvas for me. It is basically a place, three-story place, and it is just a canvas for me. Just creative, you know, stuff, you know, creative juices flowing, something like that. A lot of people collect stuff, so it is a place where I do a country. I get something from that country, and I place it over.
So most of the stuffs what you have is not from India, from
around the world. Yes.
Nice. Guys, you have any doubts? Anything you want to ask? Yeah.
Just a small question about the Iron Butt challenge you did. How did you handle the G-force at such speeds when you were cruising for such a long time at very high speeds? How did you handle the G-force?
So on a motorcycle there are no G-forces. I mean like a car when you're taking turn. But you mean the physical this thing?
Because some people when they cruise at very high speeds, they go blind for a second or two.
No, so that is when either you are in a crash. So when you are in a crash, that happens. And other thing is that I was not able to crouch down because of the tank bag. So the wind was hitting my helmet, and that is why you didn't see 300, because I could not go above 295. You know, it was like too much, and even just little bit of a crosswind, you feel that the bike will fly. So this is the problem. And G-forces, I don't think, like technically I'm saying, they are an issue. The blindness that you were saying initially, you know, when you accelerate, that is something you have to get used to, because some people will just slip. Now most of the bikes have anti-wheelie control, so even that is not a problem now. Launch control is there, but not on highway.
Good evening, sir. I have a question, how much do you spend on every foreign trips? Like any foreign trips, what's your minimum expenditure and maximum expenditure?
Okay, so that is a good question. I know you want to understand this, but I would answer this diplomatically and little in a different witty way. I look at what I am earning, what I am getting, rather than what I am spending. But it depends on your this thing, what you want to know, on what you want to do, what kind of motorcycle. For example, I did Delhi to Singapore on a Bajaj Dominar. So it's not possible right now because of many reasons. You know, I mean the route at least, Myanmar, you know, is like the issue over there. So it depends on what kind of hotels you want to stay in. You know, carnet. If you want to take your own bike, I'm assuming you're talking about foreign trips, right? If you want to take your own bike, you have to make a bike passport, which is called carnet passport. You know, and that also has its own technicalities. There are a lot of things which you have to consider. So it's not easy for me to answer it like this.
Yeah, so hi, I saw it in your video, you had written the pros and cons of doing, I'm sorry, I saw that you had written about the pros and cons of doing iron butt on the lower cc bikes. So if, like you spoke about Dominar and if I talk about Himalayan also, so can you just tell me what would be the cons and what would be the pros of a 450 motorcycle?
Yes, so pros will be that you have to refill lesser times because fuel economy will be better. So that is the first advantage of a lower cc motorcycle. The other advantage is that if you crash, you will crash at a slower speed. That is a very important consideration, very frankly. If you crash, you will lose little less of materialistic money, wealth, because insurance is not going to cover this, because I think, they will know what you're doing, probably, even if you try to hide it. But first of all, I want to disclaimer that please don't do it in India. Still, I'm answering it. Advantages I told you. Cons are, of course, lower speeds. And lower speed, like 400cc motorcycle, if you do 150 kilometers an hour, it is closer to its top speed, right? So it means that you are closer to the limit of the motorcycle, which means you are closer to the limit of braking of the motorcycle. If you are doing it on a S1000RR, if you are at 150 kilometers an hour, you are only at 50% of the capacity of the motorcycle, which means if some dog comes in front of you, you can use the braking power, which just needs to use 50%. So the momentum of the bike will be stopped in a much better way on a bigger motorcycle. So if you can, same speed, same circumstance, a bigger motorcycle with a lower weight, because that gentleman, he was doing it on Fat Boy. I have to give it to him. I will never try that on a Fat Boy. No, because it's a great bike, but the momentum, you can't beat physics. See, if something comes in front of you, you can't stop that bike, and it's like impossible. Compare it with a liter class motorcycle, it will stop much better, in a much better way. You will be able to control it. So all these things matter. And one more con is that you will get tired on a 400. I did one iron butt which was the toughest ride of my life, on a Kawasaki Z125 on the Autobahn. I don't know why I did it. I did it with 5 other guys, all German guys, for a magazine, German magazine. That was the toughest day. Out of them, 2 didn't complete. They got too tired, but I completed. So that was, harassment. I did it in 23 hours. It took me 23 hours. It did not even touch 105. I could not overtake trucks. So
that is an achievement,
That is that. Yeah. Actually, I should get a golden certificate for that. Yes.
Okay, we are on the topic of iron, but we have one question from a viewer. What has been the most transformative lesson you have learned about yourself during your iron butt challenges, and how has it shaped the way you approach other aspects of life, both on and off the bike?
Focus and discipline, and not relying on a plan B. Okay, and knowing you and your motorcycle, and taking just the right amount of food, which is not doing anything excess in life. You can actually have an analogy like that, and also respecting that any moment you can die. So this could be your last moment.
So, a good session going on. I don't want to stop, but we will need a short break because these guys have come directly from your offices and work, right? So how about a quick energy drink, and then we'll start off with a short break. Can we have our energy drink partners? Can we have the Monster Energy cans out, please? Okay, how many of you guys want cans? Why? Sorry? No, Abhimanyu is not here today, the Monster team isn't here, but we will still be giving out cans for you guys so that you guys can refill your energy. Quickly grab a bite and we will start with the session again. So guys, you guys will be getting your cans served downstairs along with your snacks. So I request everybody to quickly grab a bite. So we will be back again in another 10 more minutes after a short break. Thank you guys.
ham radio, myself, hello sir. Ham radio, yeah, absolutely. We have to see outside and okay.
Is it a part of EPIR? ML distribution education?
That also we have APR, we call it APR.
Okay, for APR.
We call it APR, position recording, which is there for ship photo, for
So your food is waiting or drinks are on.
and also the
I won't let you win. I'm waiting until 8 o'clock. Chocolate, bro. There is not
how should I know?
Bounty, so many balls.
It's not something secret?
Yeah, that is done. Too much chance of food. Veg biryani order for them. So by the time it comes, I may eat or may not eat because I'm feeling full and I might live on it.
Okay guys, let's, can I have the volume a little down? Much. Okay, is the session boring you guys or something? Guys, settle down. Enough, no. Half an hour you guys are chit-chatting downstairs. Okay, I request you all to come forward now. Come forward, come forward. I settle down. Leaving. Why?
Tomorrow morning after.
You want to click a picture first?
Yeah.
You do? Good.
Thanks, bro.
Okay, is the session boring or something? Or are you guys having fun? Good? We'll continue. You have one more video to play or something? Or eventually we will play later. Can we have the lights off? We'll start off with another video. Anirudh, you are late. Very late. You missed a lot of things today. I understand the pain, work, office and all these things, but still. Can we have the volumes down?
So this video is a compilation of fast riding and driving, but all in controlled conditions, not on public roads, only on autobahn and on the track. And this is my favorite song.
Volume, volume, volume.
is my favorite song. Have you heard it before? This song is like, you know, when you listen to it, this is basically very famous video on YouTube on Isle of Man, actually. The most famous video on Isle of Man is on this song. So you guys have to check it out later on. And this is, if somebody asks me what I do, I mean, this is one of the parts, you know, I've been doing this since 20 years now. And this is what I want to continue. Driving, riding different machines around the world. Of course we like speed, but whatever speeds you were seeing, one of them was at Nat Tracks, which is in center of Madhya Pradesh, right? It was not on a public road. That 302 kilometers an hour that you saw is basically equivalent to 330 kilometers on the speedometer, because that was using GPS, V-Box. You know, it was not your speedometer. So I hope that broke the monotony and brought you back into here. So now I'm open to your questions and, you know, before the fall asleep.
Yup. You guys had some questions, right? A lot of hands are coming up now.
After Monster.
Okay guys, when he told Monster, whoever has a Monster in your hands, can I please have your cans in your hands? I would like to thank Monster Energy for being our energy drink partner for today's Sip a Coffee session as well. I request the camera team to please come forward. End of the day, we have to do brand promotions.
Absolutely, man. We can also say, like, have a Monster with, instead of Sip a Coffee.
Yeah, I have a Monster, but for that Monster, I will have to be physically part of this event. So basically, you know, Sip a Coffee, I don't feel like giving it out to anybody else.
Both have caffeine, enough caffeine, taurine.
Okay, when I give you a count of 3, 2, 1, cheers, and you guys lift your hands, okay? On the count of 3, 2, 1, cheers, guys! Okay, if you want, you can take few close-up shots. They are always welcome. Okay, if you guys don't mind, can I have one of your cans? One of your cans. Bro, if you don't mind, can you just hold it?
So, I was attending this, first you take, I'll tell you something. So I was attending this, what? I think MotoGP or World Ducati Week. So, no, I think it was MotoGP. So Nicky Hayden, no, not Nicky Hayden. Mark Marquez, sorry, Nicky Hayden, rest in peace. Mark Marquez. He had this Red Bull can. Before taking that can, he poured in water into that can and then drank. I'm telling you, I have a video of that. Well, that was a I should
have actually posted that, you know.
No, sorry, I took Red Bull's name.
No, that's totally fine. I mean, this is an open show.
So who was, yeah, somebody was asking.
Yeah, questions. Okay, guys, you have to make it sweet and fast because we are running out of time as well.
I just wanted to ask you about, you know, like you'll be going at high speeds of 200, 300 kilometers. There'll be an effect called as a tunneling effect, right? That's what I've heard, people tell about the tunneling effect.
Tunnel vision.
Tunnel vision,
yeah.
Okay. Like how do you overcome that when you're facing that at those speeds?
So I think it is not supposed to be overcome. It is helping you focus where you are going, and it is part of the target fixation issue that is there. Like, you know, you see videos where people are following a rider. The rider is crashing. The person behind the rider most probably will also crash because you are watching your friend, tail light or tire or whatever. So target fixation is a main issue, and when you are at those speeds, especially in a straight line, I'm not expecting you to go 300 in corners unless you're a MotoGP rider or something. I think everything else blurs and you just focus on what is in the center. And that is what tunnel vision is. It actually helps you see what matters. At those speeds, do you think what is here or what is there matters? No. Your brain is saying, man, see, our brain has been developed or by God or whoever to walk or to run, not to drive or ride at those speeds. So that is why tunnel vision happens. Maximum speed, I think, if you run how much? How many kilometers? I don't know. 20, 25? I don't know. Something like that. If you go above that, your brain is not supposed to handle that. It cannot calculate. So it will reject all the information. It will only see ahead because you can see the horizon. You can't see anything else.
Sir, I have a question to you. So before that, let me tell you, I was not actually following you, so I don't know much about you.
Can you increase the volume of that mic?
Yeah. So before this, I was not following you, so I don't know much about you. So my kind of question is based on the assumption about your screening motographer. So I believe you do a lot of photography, videography, and that's what I even saw. So, so coming to my question, how do you actually manage, shooting, filming your travel, filming you know whatever you're doing on the motorcycle? How do you manage? Because for me, it's so much more of doing when when you're filming your travel, when you're traveling on the motorcycle. So how to manage this?
So have you seen people who go on motorcycle rides? They do camping and they make their own food, Maggie.
ASMR.
They get their ingredients and then they do all those things. Similarly, this is an art which I love. For me, this is not content creation. This is something I make for my own. I've been doing this since 22 years. And some people like to make food. I mean, who would you carry? 99% of people will not carry ingredients to make on a motorcycle trip. It's a headache. You have to carry butane cylinders, you carry this, that, But they carry. It depends on what you love. Some people are just riding for the piece of it. But here, this comes naturally to me. A lot of people I've seen can't even click one good photo, in a ride of 1,000 kilometers. It is up to them. But I feel that this is an art which you should learn along with, some basic skills like, you've been taught you should know how to swim, you should know how to drive, you should know how to do basic cooking. So I think this is also something very basic that will not only give you opportunity to basically relive these things later on in your life, but also just be a better person, because all this requires certain level of creativity, using of your both sides of your brain. So for me, it's not work. For a lot of people, it's a headache. So just to break it down, if you want to do something like this, just take a normal small tripod, the Gorilla Pod kind of a thing, 400, 500 rupees, a phone, decent phone, okay, that is the most important thing. A wireless mic, 300 rupees wireless shutter, and you don't need anything else. Today, the magazine that you saw or didn't see, most of the photos are clicked by phone, and the Australia video that you saw, the song, we have shot everything ourselves. All the drone shots are by me, all the big camera like cinematic shots are by me, and I don't feel anything. I feel it's just normal. It's like eating food.
So you don't have a crew or a kind of helping hand?
No. Two of us in the middle of nowhere. That's it.
It's incredible.
Yeah, it's normal now. It's like I love it.
How do you actually manage doing that? I mean, are you planning your thought process? So not now, maybe like now we are kind of accustomed to it. You learn so much, come down a long way. But when you actually started, how did you plan? Like if
I started when I just had 1.3 megapixel camera, Sony. I paid 50,000 rupees for it. Did not do anything except not even videos. 2002 I'm talking about. So it was slow. I was not in any kind of pressure. Today, the phones that you have, people don't know how to use 90% of the capacity of the phone and the bikes.
Absolutely.
99% of people can't corner a RC390 or a RR310 if you take it on MMRT or any circuit, they will not be able to corner at that max speed it's capable of. So it's about how you use the tool. I've been lapped by racers on RR310 when I was in the Z900 on the MMRT track on the California Superbike School. Even after so much so-called experience, because it is muscle memory. It is they are racers. They are not afraid of crashing. They just go without braking.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Hi. Thank you so much for sharing the presentation. It was very inspiring. I'm one of those who are looking forward to travel. One of those who is looking forward to travel abroad. So I happened to plan Australia this December. That's how I got to know you, honestly. A few days back I researched on YouTube and internet. So some of the content that you put on YouTube is on the southern part of Australia. I wanted some information in the middle part where I wanted to visit Uluru and the outback. So if you have more information, that would be great for helping my plan.
Yeah, so I just to tell you a fact. So I've been Australia 3 times, 22,000 kilometers each time, and this was my shortest flight, Sydney to Perth and back. So why I'm telling you this is that you have to really know where you have to go. Australia is so big, and center of Australia is, see, you will only enjoy if you are a spiritual person, if you like your company, if you like peace. If you don't like peace, if you like, I don't know, like beaches and all, it is not for you. But it is altogether a different level, place where you probably find aliens, something like that. So to answer your question, we actually were about to show a movie that we have made, 30 minutes movie, on our ride from Sydney to Perth and back. It does not have Uluru. Uluru is in the center, but other, videos they have Uluru, like of mine. But I can personally guide you. You can message me on this. But there are a lot of resources, But I can guide you. December is not a good time to go.
I happen to be a cricket fan, and India-Australia is happening in December. And
MCG?
MCG. I will be there for the...
Okay. So of course, because, there will be a lot of rains, and roads get washed. It can be quite dangerous.
Okay.
Oh, because it's rivers, like, over there it will be summer, southern hemisphere. Yeah.
And is there any challenges with fuel and...
No.
Okay.
No, if you know where to go, no. If you want challenge, you can get a road without 600 kilometers without fuel. I mean, if you really want a challenge. So nobody can save you over there. I don't think you want that kind of challenge. Because I was saying they have APRS and all those kind of things. Only they will work. And actually, people, carry those. It is mandatory by law to carry that emergency positioning radio beacon, which tells that you are stuck using a satellite to all the emergency services. They will come in a plane. They will land in a plane. They will take you. So on the road, there are runway strips for the plane to land. Royal Flying Doctor Service, they are called, because the closest city is 400 kilometers away.
I think that's another word where there's a straight stretch of road where...
146 kilometers straight. So, it is very interesting, I can tell you where to go. So, once you do, our best thing is from Melbourne to Sydney, if you want to enjoy the mountains and all. Otherwise, Uluru is, for the first time you might get bored.
Definitely. I'll reach out to you from email or...
absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, welcome.
Hi Sundeep, I'm Shanmuka here.
Hi.
So I'm also very enthusiastic about photography and even wild and things like that. So curious to know how many camera gadgets do you own, and also another, do you edit all those videos yourself?
So how many gadgets I have?
Yeah, camera.
Okay, so I think what I can fit on a motorcycle, one tank bag and one tail bag. Side bags are for clothes and stuff like that, and backpack is for most fragile things like laptop. So laptop also I carry, which is only 1 kilograms. I'm just telling you. So I just got a Neo, which is a breakthrough drone. It will log, you move, it will follow you. Absolutely, must for solo rides. Then I have a Mini 4, which is an amazing drone. So 2 drones you need to have, no FPV. Most places FPV is outlawed because you need another spotter. So big camera, I have a Canon US R6 Mark II, that one with 24 240, which is a good range, which is not a very good lens but good range. Insta360 X4, which is very important. 1 GoPro or any action camera, and a couple of selfie sticks, couple of double clamps, power banks, 40,000 mAh, 20,000 mAh, 3/4, and that's it. And tripod, of course, not a big tripod. People, take the big tripod, the camera falls because of the wind, they don't understand. Instead of that, find a tree or something and you can do it. So those gorilla pods, and that's it. This is one, of course, phone. Phone is the most important thing, and wireless mic. The list is not ending. Wireless, remote control also. But all this, can be fit in just 2 bags.
Also the follow-up.
No, I've stopped editing myself because I just don't have the patience right now, and I don't want to invest my time sitting in front of the computer. I'm very sorry to all the editors. I hope my editor does not watch me. I say something wrong. But I've stopped editing. I used to edit. Not anymore.
Thank you, it was quite inspiring.
Yeah, thank you.
Anybody else want to ask something?
I have one more question, kind of follow-up question. So, when I actually visited your Instagram, I see those transitional videos, something you're doing, then a flash, then it gets transitioned into something. So how do you do that? Can it be done with Instagram?
Which videos? I don't. So it's all basic editing.
Okay.
If you're talking about. That you have to.
2 top class editors are sitting here. This is the worst thing, sir.
No, you said you don't use any.
No, I used to edit. I know. See, the thing is that you should know about everything, but at some point you should stop doing everything yourself. Otherwise, you will not be able to do other things.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Now AI is there, so it's going to be much easier now.
Okay.
Guys, make it fast if anybody has one last question for the day.
Hi, you have ridden so many bikes and you've experienced every bike possible in the world. Which bike would you prefer in the planet Earth if you want to go each and every day?
So, if I don't want to do off-roads, then I would go with S2 raised handlebars. Raised handlebars,
Yes, I understand the pain.
Yeah. So, I think adventure motorcycle like a 1200, 1300 BMW GS is just too big. If it falls, you can't pick it up. So, let me say like a 400cc motorcycle is better. It's perfect. Like at least you can fix it, try to fix it, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, so we spoke about XBHP, we spoke about motographer. I personally would like to hear about you in your, not complete personal life I would tell, but as a normal being, how did you grow up? Where did you come from? I would really like to know that. And because see, what you're doing right now is a lot of people's inspiration, dreams I would tell. And from the basis where you have come up, how you have outgrown all those things, we know how our societies are. The moment you get a big motorcycle into your home, the neighbor starts, okay, he's come with something this time. The moment you start your motorcycle early in the morning for rides, practice or anything, the first thing that, okay, he's going out somewhere, he's going to break something and come now. This is a society how we live in. So how was your background? I mean, where did you come in from? Where did you study? When did the love for motorcycling start for you? Who inspired you? Can we have a short summary of it?
So I think I was lucky to be without smartphones and internet. First 21 years. of my life. Today, the pressure is too much. People are losing their minds. They are, women are taking in the wrong sense of what beauty is because of the wrong kind of influencers and reels. Men are thinking of the wrong idea of wealth and also the kind of body and everything that they should have in life to be successful because of the wrong kind of content. You should, I think, to survive today, you should lower down your expectations from yourself. Okay. And you should not live for the expectations of your family or your friends. You have to live for yourself. If you try to make anyone else happy first, I think it's never going to work out. You are going to get disappointed because you are getting validated from someone else. This is what happens in social media, which is the biggest problem in today's society. What you are saying is I came from a time where all of these things were not there. And we are all in a race. Of course, I'm also making content. But I ask myself, it is because other people are making today? No, I was already doing it. So don't burn yourself out.
But in current generation, this time's era, more than news channels, people watch Instagrams. Agree or not? Right? The moment anybody sits there, I think the person sitting there himself, he would either be on WhatsApp or Instagram right now.
No,
that is how the generation
they spent billions of dollars in developing this instant gratification. 1 minute, that's it. In 1 minute, you have to tell. Otherwise, your content is not going to get shared.
Yeah, then don't you think social media is playing a very important role in everybody's life?
In certain way. No, important role, but good or bad. That is for people to decide for themselves. Too much of anything can be bad. I mean, see, this is all very philosophical. But I think you should not do anything just because your neighbor or friend is doing it. It's very easy for me to say. But I feel, what's the biggest problem of Gen Z? Gen Z.
Okay, how many Gen Zs here? Raise your hands.
No, I'm not saying biggest problem.
Yeah.
So this is now documented that nobody wants to hire a Gen Z. You know that? You read, everywhere, it's in the news everywhere. Nobody wants to hire because they just don't know how to, I'm not saying this. A value learning process is a slow process. Just want today, I'm here, I do one course in editing, I go there. And see, social media has given the power to a lot of people to become superstars. So many people start liking you. How will you develop your skills when there is no social media? Can you walk into, how dating used to happen earlier? Can you walk into a restaurant or a bar, look at a girl or a boy? Can you strike a conversation? You need your bike, you need your nice clothes, you need a nice Instagram account. Only then.
But now it has become even more easier. Right swipe, left swipe. You don't like left swipe, you like right swipe.
No, so that is what this is happening everywhere. Studies also. Motorcycles.
People who didn't understand what I meant, if you guys are using Tinder, Bumble, I don't know rest, whatever it is, because these three I used to use. That is the reason I told. I'm not denying that. So it's basically a dating apps. We get those in apps these days.
So this is also, see, if you buy a 1000cc bike directly, it's the same thing, right?
But do you agree with that? You just because you have a big motorcycle, it's easy to go on a date. I would like to ask the ma'am that. Do you think a guy with a bigger motorcycle?
It is a perception.
Yeah.
It is a perception that you have arrived. You have a big motorcycle, you have got this much of money. You need that motorcycle to be someone in your group of friends. You see, if you need a thing to define you, I am telling you, I had the same confidence when I was on my Charisma and my Pulsar 180 with group of Delhi superbikers in Delhi. The only group with superbikes back in 2002. The same confidence I had before owning any superbike. And the same confidence I had no, at least I feel arrogance or pride after owning 10 superbikes also. So it's about how you think, what you think about yourself. And that can only happen if you have the right skills. if you are not dependent on anyone else for your happiness. I mean, this is going into philosophy.
No, but I still would like to hear it from you. Do you think a guy with a bigger motorcycle is more attractive or something? Will he catch your attention? What? What? Be louder.
Guys are more attracted towards the bikes. You get attention from the boys itself.
No, like not like the social media, but one of my friends recently got a super bike, thinking that he'll get all the girls because he'll get a super bike. What happened actually is like he get a lot of conversations from the guys who are interested in the bikes and the kids, not the girls actually. Actually, he says they feel.
This is a self-perception that I am looking better on a super bike. It's not like, so I saw this ad on Instagram today. That ad was that there were many women inside a van. And that ad said, you can have more girls than a Lamborghini. No, do you understand what I'm saying? So it is who you are, not what you own. That will matter in the long run. Oh, if you are something without a super bike, then you are something.
Okay, since you own a super bike, it's most of their dreams here to have a super bike. Okay, so being a person, an employee with a 30,000 or a 40,000 rupees salaried employee, do you think he can own a super bike?
So I started with a Bajaj Legend scooter, Sunny, Legend, Pulsar 180, Charisma on EMI, 2 years EMI. Here, you want instant gratification, like in Instagram post, that you just want to upgrade to a 1000cc bike just because somebody else has. So I'll tell you something that most of the, content creators that are showing super bikes to lure people, young people, to make them feel that you can't reach my level because I have a super bike. That is wrong. I'm telling each one of you, if you work properly, not even hard, like say properly, every one of you is easily going to have a 1000cc bike. No problem at all. By the time you hit 28, 29, 30. I'm telling you, it's absolutely possible, forget about impossible.
Which was your first super bike?
You think owning a super bike is about money? No. It's about living your life, how you do your job properly.
But
it's a side effect.
Yeah, no, but still they come on a big price, right? A big money.
Price is, I tell you, if you do things right, money is a byproduct. It's not easy for me to say. I have lived it.
How did you get your first super bike? Let's hear it from you.
I worked for 5 years. Every website I designed, I took 25,000 rupees, 7 pages website, and I took 3 days to design one website, and I was working one more full-time job, like I said. And it might seem unbelievable right now. And you look at Brent's garage. How come you bought so many cars? 200 crores worth of cars. Yeah, if you work properly, if you are capable, you'll also get it. If I start thinking about him, I'll always be in depression, right? So if you don't follow anyone just because they have big bikes, I'm telling you, each one of you can. You ask yourself, are you working properly? Are you working properly? Are you cutting corners? It's simple. If you have skipped on studies, forget about it. No, I'm right. Yeah, if you skip on studies, if you just want your super bike right now, how that YouTuber, that guy has this channel, 22 years की उम्र में उसको ZX10 आ रहा है. अरे so what? What will he be doing when he's 45? You tell me right now.
Which was your first super bike?
Blackbird $1,100.
Okay, and that was a second-hand used bike, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So how much did you pick that up?
4.5 lakhs. 25 years of age.
At the age of 25.
Yes.
So guys,
20 websites.
20. Okay. So the same question we had last time also in the session. We got a very different answer there too.
I designed the official website for kinetic two-wheelers in India when I was 26 years old.
So you tell me you're a photographer, you're a web designer.
I got as a salary, I got a Comet 250 brand new, which I sold off the showroom. So I got 1.8 lakhs.
Why did you sell that out to the showroom?
I don't want the bike. I already had a Blackbird. So if you work properly, you know your tools. I learned everything from the internet. I did not attend any school for web design.
Okay, when you talk about schools, can we know about your schooling days, your college days, if it is not too personal?
So I have done MBA.
Back in Delhi itself.
Yeah, and I don't think it has helped me. But you have to study because it shapes your brain like like a landscape is shaped. You never know because like I showed those equations, they don't really help you, but they make you a better man. If you want to write a script today for a reel or a blog, if you want to plan your trip, that MBA is going to help without even you knowing it.
So guys, how many students here? Whoever is finished, forget it. You guys finished, not finished, no, you guys have crossed the line. Okay, we still have students out here.
Study properly, you will get so much money, you will go around the world. Just ensure you take some time off for yourself and explore the world. And I'm telling you, the Indians are going to be the biggest exporters of Indian motorcyclists are going to be the biggest exporters of Indian currency to other countries because of their motorcycle in the coming future. You see a lot of YouTubers are going here and there, but for their content. But even if you want to go like that, it's so easy now.
Okay, now let's start with world tours of yours. You have done almost you have done 70 countries, 70 different countries you have traveled in. So how did the entire thought process of traveling across the world on a motorcycle come into your head? Why not a flight? I mean, that would have been much more easier.
Slowly. I did slowly. Not like, I did only one ride that I did was Delhi to Singapore through 10 countries. Then I did Germany to Norway and back through Eastern Europe, back to Germany. The longest rides I'm talking about, like different countries. I did not do Delhi to London like the current trend is. I feel that if you do that, I think you cannot see most of the countries. So I do one country at a time. I just did Albania, Kosovo. Kosovo is the second youngest country on earth. I did, and I enjoy it slowly.
So the moment you visit one country, how do you plan? How many days do you stay there?
It depends on how big the country is, and if I go to Azerbaijan, which I want to do, it can be done in 4 days on a motorcycle. And it can also take 40 days if you go the hitchhiker route or backpacking route.
So when I spoke about world tour, we have one audience here who has actually done 25,000 right on a bicycle. So when did you return? I mean, where did you go all across India? You want to share something about it?
So from COVID, I am passionate about biking. But since I didn't have a bike, I started to ride cycle. And it led to, now I'm doing long rides in cycle itself. My max is 640 kilometers from Bangalore to Goa.
640 in one day?
40 hours.
Huh?
40 hours.
Continuous, non-stop?
Non-stop. We'll stop for tea, coffee, breakfast, that's it. Longest ride is Goa, and I've covered almost South India. So planning for foreign trip, but I need money, that's it.
I have a question which people ask me. Why are you harassing yourself? Why are you? Please, I want to know.
Cycling is like a torture for myself.
Yes.
But I love exploring places. As you told, I meet new people, new culture. I eat the local food. I love exploring places. And that's the reward I get for the suffering. That's it.
Round of applause for him, please. He is a real
You didn't get your name. You introduce yourself. Let people know who you are.
So my name is Eram Kritik and I'm pursuing engineering 4th year as of now.
Don't worry, very soon you will also be on motorcycle. Hopefully, maybe you get to ride with him someday.
So I met a couple of guys who were doing across Australia on cycles. And I don't know. I mean, this is like a superpower. I met a guy who was skateboarding across Australia, walking, and I think the most dangerous was what you call that cycle which you ride lying down. You are completely lying down. No, you can't. Nobody can see him. It's like what I thought that there was some animal on the road. Yeah, it's completely lying down. On the cycle. It's insane what people do.
Now we have few more athletes, who are actually doing K2K on one wheel.
Yeah,
one of my friends is doing that, and
he's also a cinematographer. He was with us with me, but yeah.
I mean, the world is changing, I mean, especially from India having such athletes, it's really good.
Yeah, but abroad, once you go outside, you start with Mongolia. You try doing Mongolia. You will find that it's much easier and more relaxing than India.
So, every world tour, how do you kit up yourself? How do you get yourself ready? I mean, the gears you use, the motorcycle setup, what is it? How is it? How do you prepare yourself? Apart from mentally.
I think when you like something, I'll be very frank. I want to ride new machines. I want to ride the most powerful, new, beautiful machines. And that is more than motivation.
So, riding gears and all, like, how do you pick?
Riding gears, I usually like to wear leathers because in Europe and a lot of places, you never know when you come near a track day. And for a track day, you need leathers. So this way, I have done around 9 or 10 tracks in Europe on a BMW, adventure motorcycles. So I have ridden Assen on a multi-strada. I have done 3 Catalonia on a 1200 BMW, like full with panniers. I am the only one like scraping this and that, and super bikes are going around me. Of course, I was much slow, but that is why I wear leathers, and I feel more safer, in leathers for some reason. And abroad, outside of India, because you don't have to stop much unless until you want to. If you wear perforated leathers, then it's fine. In India, of course, it's a different story. You will get cooked.
Guys, did you guys notice the time? You guys don't have office tomorrow, work tomorrow, college tomorrow.
We can manage.
Oh, okay. This is something I usually don't get to hear. We can manage, okay. But still, coming down to the last question. I the biker, we the power. You created this cult with this moment, what inspired to start the revolution?
Nothing. I said there was no pressure. I'll be very frank. Everything that has happened.
What does it actually mean? I the
biker means it's my personality. It's I'm a biker. That's it. And biker means a lot of things. Being disciplined. If you are not disciplined, you will fall. So if you are motorcycling, you can do many things. You can't do motorcycling if you are an alcoholic. You can't do motorcycling properly if you have disciplinary issues. If not today, later on you will get killed, unfortunately. So motorcycle teaches you a lot of things. This is a philosophy, I the biker. And be the power means if you have a group, lot of people come together, they are more powerful than one person.
Okay guys, if you would like to purchase merchandises like these, it's available, right?
Not right now really, only the magazine. But it's there. But
most probably very soon, you guys can start having it for your own as well. Because 2-3 people asked me the t-shirt is
we have
good.
helmets, we have XBHP Exor helmets. The main thing about that is that
how many of you guys have seen that? Okay, that it actually means XBHP, which is the motographer out there. So most of them didn't know what the graphics actually meant.
I have actually met a lot of people on the road who don't know what the meaning of the helmet is. So I am happy that way as a designer because people are buying even without knowing about XBHP. That way I am happy as a designer.
Okay guys, I will give you another 5 more minutes. Any questions you guys have to ask? Last 3 questions, if anybody have to ask. Did you prepare some book or something and come today and ask? It's okay, you can ask.
Have you been to Isle of TT, if you do, or any of the big tracks like Japan? How do you cope up with the anxiety because you are going for the first time, especially the Isle of TT? Everybody says it's one of the dangerous races to be there.
You are not allowed to ride on Isle of Man.
Okay.
Isle of Man is a country with the speed limit of 50-60 kilometers. So you are not allowed to ride like those racers. Only the racers are allowed to ride like that. So there is no question of being anxious. You will get anxious just by looking at them over there. But regarding other tracks, I am of course anxious because Usually I'm one of the slowest. You know, if you go out, you know, those people are like a different level. So, but they know, you know, they will overlap you, this and that. I'm just going to enjoy. There's no competition. It's a track there, it's not a competition.
Short question is like, what's your preference if you're given a choice, inline 4 or V4?
V4 is better out of corners. It's got more tractability, the way it puts down power. Inline 4 is the sound, the smoothness. I would prefer inline 4 for the road, but V4 for the track.
Thank you.
Hello, sir. So while traveling, what are your major difficulties you come across? So when you go on world tours and all that, so what are the major difficulties you encounter?
Once my this thing, I think punctures. Those are the most. No. Of course they develop punctures. You have the kit also, but sometimes you know it doesn't work. In Australia it happened this ride. It wasn't working, so we had a very tough time. We took around I think 4 or 5 hours to do 20 kilometers.
And sir, what are your future plans? Like, what do you plan on doing after this? So is there an end to this or something, or you want to continue this journey, what you are doing right now?
So I think I should be happy enough that I have been able to do this for 22 years. You know, today I think the way people are going at the rate, I think, see, there has to be some kind of comparison, right? Maximum they last for 5, 6, 7 years. You know, I mean, in terms of this career, whatever you may want to call it. So I just want to continue. That's it. Because there are 199 countries, 198 countries. Some objective marker has to be there, right? So at least 125 countries would be good.
Thank you, sir.
I have one question. On both of the helmets. Okay, so I wanted to know that one of the news or one of the videos I saw, was this initiative taken by the XBHP team or the Axor team that where these guys were making the helmets? It was the men who were making these helmets. What was the concept behind? Was this initiative done by XBHP?
The women who were making helmets?
Yeah.
No, that is completely Axor.
Okay.
In the whole Axor factory, you will find women. I mean, of course, there are men also, but it is mostly women. So they are empowering women. They are doing a great job.
Okay. So that initiative done by Axor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, coming to the final round, as we have our regular routine, it's a rapid fire round. I hope you guys are ready. Okay, how many of you people enjoy the rapid fire rounds that happen here? Nice to know. Okay, we'll start. Yes. Neeraj. Sir, we'll start. Sir, you will have to answer this in seconds. You won't have any option B. Okay, it will be a one-word answer. You can't give your opinions. You just have to keep choosing. We'll start, sir, on the count of 3, 2, 1. So the rapid fire round starts now. One bike you would choose to travel across the world anytime.
H2.
One motorcycle to go. One motorcycle brand that you would go to anytime.
Honda.
Highways or mountains?
Mountains.
Indian rides or foreign country ride?
Foreign country, because if I'm in a foreign country, then India is also foreign country, so both.
Okay, that was, he actually tricked me only there. Okay, one motorcycle brand you would pick first.
First?
Yeah.
Indian motorcycles.
Adventure rides or highways?
Adventure rides.
Favorite riding gear brand?
Rhinox. India, made in India.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to support. You have to support.
One road trip you can never forget in life.
Delhi to Singapore.
Motorcycle you prefer for adventures? One motorcycle.
Less than 400cc.
Anything particular?
I love the Dominar. I'm being very truthful about it. It had set me free. no worries of just falling it down.
The Domino 400.
That is what I did on Delhi to Singapore.
Okay. Ajay sir is so happy, I mean, he owns a Domino.
Unless until you want to brag.
Okay, one riding companion you would anytime call up to.
My alternate phone number.
Superbikes or supercars?
Superbikes when it's not raining, supercars when it's raining.
I mean, any one you have to choose.
No, I got both. I need to think about that.
I mean,
bikes.
Okay. A girl who rides or a girl who cooks?
Why can't it be both in one?
That depends. I mean, you give a choice. I mean, I'm giving you.
I think rides is better because we can have food at restaurants.
Okay, cooking part you will take care. That means. Yeah. EV or combustion engines?
IC. Internal combustion engines.
Yes.
Yeah, IC. Yeah.
Super sport bikes or adventure bikes?
Super sport.
Head out for a ride or chill at Motovilla?
Head out for a ride? Yes.
Okay, YouTube or Instagram?
Instagram.
MotoGP or Isle of Man TT?
Isle of Man, at least I can ride on that road.
Valentino Rossi or Marc Marquez?
Rossi.
Okay. Aprilia or Kawasaki?
Aprilia because it's got more character, because it's got lot more issues, so it's got more character.
Okay, this is tricky. Touring on the H2 or track on your ZX10R?
I mean, touring, like I said, on touring also I can do that.
Okay. Riding in this rapid fire is from the viewers. Okay. Riding in mountain terrain or coastal rides?
Definitely mountains.
Clicking bike pics or riding the bike and have someone else click your pics?
First option, yeah.
Clicking bike pics. Horsepower or torque? Okay, this is weird.
Horsepower or torque? I think horsepower.
Your favorite bike among everything you own?
No, Pulsar 180 Classic.
Okay, that one big round of applause for that, that deserves it. I wish Bajaj was a sponsor for this event. They would have been so happy.
I have that, 22 years old.
You still have one?
Yeah, no.
Right? I have to actually visit Delhi, very soon, after hearing all the stories. Casual riding gear, ADV touring gear or race suit? Which do you like wearing, irrespective of the ride? Which makes you feel good?
Two-piece leather race suit.
Two-piece leather, okay. Among all the riding gears you own, which is your favorite?
Dainese Antarctica.
Okay. How was it? Enjoyed? Look at the smiles. Wow. Okay, well, thank you so much for coming in and thank you so much for giving us your time. Thank you so much for taking your time. It was a wonderful session of another session of Sip of Coffee, and we have successfully completed 11th Sip of Coffee session for today. And very proud of myself as well as thank you all for giving us all the support. Thank you so much again, sir, for coming in. A big round of applause for our photographer out here. Thank you so much. I hope you all had a very good day. We have a small present for you. I would like Sundeep to hand it over. Sundeep, please, on board on seats. You would surely like this, and yeah, for your motor villa, it will be a very good addition.
So, first of all, thank you so much. I have I have a wall with these helmets. I have 40 helmets like this. And these, I tell you, these helmets are also called pet helmets. Yeah, if you have a small chihuahua, it's for cats and small dogs. So yes, thank you so much.
I think from Ajay Pro Studios also we have something else. Sambhav. can actually read what's written on this. It's called Long Live Pistons.
Another way of saying long live ice. Yeah.
Can we have a quick group photos, please? You guys stand there itself. I would like everybody to. Okay, guys, I want you to stand here itself, so that everybody comes in the frame. Sambhav, yes. Guys, sit. You guys know the regular routine. Every time you want me to tell. Okay, whoever is standing in the first row, bro, sit. So that everybody comes. Now, the people who are standing in the front, sit down. And just kneel down so that everybody comes in. Aslam. Okay, Vinod. Come on this side. Photo, video, what is it? Video. Video. Okay. 3 cheers for motographer. Okay. Idle FF when you guys tell. Let it be sun. Okay.
Can we do? I'll say I the biker and you guys say
Yes.
the power.
Okay.
Can you also record this on the phone, please? Yes. It's just video mode.
Okay. Come forward.
So this. You want? So horizontal.
Count of 3, 2, 1.
I the biker. We the power. I the biker. We the power. I the biker. We the power. Hip hip. 3 cheers for 6K IOM.
Hooray! Hooray!
Hip hip. Hooray! Thank you so much, everyone, for a wonderful night and evening.
One photograph.
Thank you. Guys, thank you so much. It was a wonderful session. This is for signing off another sip of coffee session with 6K Motographer. Thank you so much, guys, for coming. See you in the next one.
Food you got, no? This game is also game. Tell of everybody.
Where's my helmet?
I still have it. I have that huge plan on all your pictures. How was the session?
More important than they should.
Oh, sorry.